The £500 Dream Bag update, plus a very unique addition if it does make the bag. Let's get into it. Guys, welcome back to a brand new video. It's Simon down here at Burford Golf Lab, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe. I'm going to be giving away this £500 Dream Bag that I'm building of second-hand clubs, where I show you can get quality golf equipment at a fraction of the price. So let me show you what we've already got, what I'm potentially thinking about putting in it, and how we're going to move forward. So at the moment, the first addition that we have to the bag is the TaylorMade M2 2016 driver. Very good condition in the head cover, and also immaculate condition in the head as well. It's good for pretty much all golfers in terms of forgiveness, ball speed, launch distance, you name it. And that is currently well and truly in the bag at the moment. However, we've got to fill the rest of the bag, and I've been trying to get your guys' opinion in the community page, but I feel like this is going to be a good video to get an idea of where we're all at. So before I get into the very unique hybrid that I've found that is a bit quirky and potentially might make its way into the bag, I haven't decided yet. I do need to find a set of irons. The reason I want to find a set of irons is once you've got a set of irons, it's a lot easier to build a bag around it. Now obviously I'm a club fitter, therefore gapping is very important, and once you've got an iron set, depending on what loft they are, the strength they are, shaft, how far they're going to go for a traditional golfer, it's easy then to get wedges, and it's easier to get woods in the higher end of the bag to basically make the whole golf set up. However, trying to find a set of irons for around £200, which I think is the right budget at the moment, in great quality, look unbelievable, and would be alright, okay, and pretty much tick most of the boxes for every golfer out there. This is a very tough ask. It's proving a bit challenging. So I've been posting on the community page, trying to get some idea of your guys' thoughts, and I've come up with two suggestions recently. I'm not going to go with either of them, but it's great to get your kind of feedback from them. The first one was some 716 AP2s and CB combo set. They looked amazing, slightly probably too high a price, and I would have probably given an insulting offer that would have got rejected anyway. But a lot of you did say the AP2 and CB combo set would probably be too advanced for the majority of golfers, and obviously we're trying to build a dream bag for the average golfer. So again, I don't want to go down the cavity back route, because again that's too far the other side of the spectrum, and also I don't want to make them too hard for the average golfer to hit. So we're trying to find some middle ground. So the second option I came up was these Strixon 765 irons, which again, really good looking irons, and I do feel the irons need to be chrome, and I do feel they need to look unbelievable, because normally when you put a set of clubs down, that's the first thing you're drawn to, which is a set of irons, and if they look the part and perform the part, then we're on to a winner. So again, a lot of people thought the Strixon irons looked really good. I didn't go down that route because again, I don't think I would have got them for the price that I wanted to get them for, but I think that's somewhere around the right idea. We need some kind of middle ground of an iron. Let me give you an example of what I'm thinking, just from like some heads down here. So in terms of shaft, I'm going to try and find a stiff steel shaft, because again, I feel that fits into most golfers. And in terms of head design, as long as you guys agree, I'm going to go down something like this. For example, the Callaway Apex, Ping i500, JPX 919 forged. Again, I'm going to have to go back 4 or 5 years to get the condition that I want them in, because as long as the grooves are in good condition, they're conforming, and the heads look good, I feel that's all that I'd need in terms of the aesthetic looks. But also, all of these three iron heads, in terms of set makeup, are going to give you enough forgiveness for your higher handicap player, but also at the same time, they're not going to launch 200 yards out of the rough when you catch a flyer. So therefore, for the better player, they're still going to have some maneuverability in it. So they're my thoughts in terms of heads. Obviously, give me suggestions down in the comment section below. And also, if you find a set on eBay, I don't want to buy your sets of irons, guys, because I feel that's just an easy way out. But if you do scroll through Facebook or if you do scroll through eBay and you find something around the £200 mark, steel, stiff, something like this and looks great, then obviously drop me a message, because I need to get this set of irons just so that we can get this challenge moving, because once we've got the irons, I think it's going to be easier to fill the bag in the top end and the lower end as well. That being said, let me show you what I found on eBay. Very unique, something very outside the box, but I think it's a bit of fun and potentially could make its way into the dream bag. Have you ever seen anything like it? I had to buy this when I was scrolling through eBay the other day. Bobby Jones 21 degree hybrid. Now, I'm not saying this is going in the bag. Obviously, leave me an idea down below whether you think it is. But I want to talk to you why I quite like the idea of this club. And talk to you about hybrids nowadays in general. Obviously, we need to get the iron set before we can even do any kind of gap testing, but this is something a bit different, a bit unique, and obviously I'm looking forward to giving it a hit for the first time. Now, there is pretty much zero tech in this head, but just from the general design of it, I know it's going to be forgiving. It hasn't got any adjustable weighting. The majority of the weight looks at the back of the head, so it's going to be high launching. It comes with a very old school head cover, but it's in good condition. I picked this up for £29 off eBay, including delivery. And when I want to get a hybrid for the bag, because I think hybrid is going to suit most players, £30 is pretty much what I'm going to be looking for, because obviously we need to get putter, wedges, and a wood to basically fill out the bag. But it's unique, and that is why I like it. I like the idea when we do the what's in the bag or the giveaway at the end of this series, the £500, and you've got your M2, your standard, and you might have some Mizunos or Strixon of the irons, Cleveland wedges, putter, etc. But I want them to be unique. I want this to be a bag that no one would ever think of, and I do want to go slightly outside the box. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be addition straight away into the bag. However, it kind of goes along the theory of what I want this bag to mean and look like, and you don't necessarily have to always go down the norm or the marketing route. So, let's talk about this little beauty. Now, if we look at this hybrid, few things strike out at me. Number one, the majority of golfers that hit this club will be able to get it out the rough, onto the green, and stop it on the green. I.e., it's going to carry a lot and stop quickly, which in my mind is what a hybrid or rescue is supposed to be. Now, as manufacturers over the years, especially since this came out, have tried to produce more and more distance so that they go, look at your hybrid and look at this hybrid, look how far this hybrid now goes. Everything's so high launching, low spinning that you hit a green and it goes out the back. Or most people can only hit their hybrids when they're on a tee. They can't even hit them out the rough. The majority of hybrids now, you look at some of them, for example, like the Ping G410 or the Callaway Rogue last year, they're basically fairway woods, which makes it very difficult for you to hit down on that golf ball and get it up in the air. This is not going to be the longest rescue I've ever hit in the world. However, with a very average slow swing speed, I know it's going to do that 150, 160 mark and then stop on a dime. Again, I haven't even hit it yet, but that's the test today. We're going to set up the green from about 160 yards, and I want to see how quickly this thing can stop. And out the rough, because it's so sharp down the bottom and it's got hardly any bounce, unlike the majority of new rescues now, I know it's going to cut through the grass quite easily and get the ball up in the air. It's obviously got a regular flex shaft in it, graphite. Again, this is basically the rescue club. The club that might not necessarily gap that well at the end of the bag. However, if you're at that 160 mark in the rough and you want to get it on the green, this is what I envisaged it being. Now, it might not be the ultimate one, and we might find a set further down the line that easily replaces this, and we can obviously give this away. A separate challenge, separate video, everything else. But I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say and think behind something a bit more like this for your bag. It's not all about distance. You need a club for every scenario. And I do feel the majority of golfers now neglect the idea of having something like this in their bag. Okay, hole 2 down here at Shambo, par 3, 175 yards from the flag. I'm going to try and swing this at around 80 to 85 miles an hour to replicate how fast an average golfer would swing this, and I want to see, does it go high, does it stop quickly? I know that it's going to cut through the rough just from the general look of it. Now, feel and sound is something I also want to have a look at. This is £30, by the way, So for value for money, if it does half of it, it's worth putting in your bag just for the sake of having a rescue if you haven't got one. But it does feel very light, even though it hasn't got the carbon or anything like that majority of rescues have nowadays. And it feels short, which again is going to help control, because that's what we want from this. We want control more than anything else. Right, hang on a minute, 80 miles an hour. Okay, I think it's around about there. We might have to take a few goes at this. Okay, let's have a look. Tell you what, that's not a bad start. That's not bad at all. I'd love it if it went in the hole. How fast did I swing that one? 82 miles an hour. That's pretty much on the button of how hard I wanted to hit it. Launch wise, everything else was pretty much there. Now I think I've hit a bit too much up on that one because obviously the launch is at 24. But that's exactly what I'd want from this hybrid. High launch, stopping power, and also forgiving. It felt quite good out of the face. Right, another one of those. I've nuked it. That's going potentially. Oh, actually, that's not too bad either. Go on, stop. I'll tell you what. That's all over it. Again, similar numbers as well. Spin rate 4,000, launch at 22 degrees. Again, I'm not quite trapping it, but I want the height, I want the spin, I want it to climb. Ball speed at 115. I couldn't tell you how that would compare to a modern day rescue. But those numbers are pretty good. That's exactly what I'd want from this. Oh, stay there. It's flirting with the water. Flirting with the water. Go on, kick in. Alright, it's alright. I'll get up and down from there. Overall, feels really good off the face. And also, confidence-wise, I don't like rescues nowadays because they just look so open and so shut. It's very difficult to envisage that ball actually getting up in the air, just from the way they sit on the ground. In terms of ball speed to length, that's pretty much as good as you're going to get in terms of numbers and getting that ball out there. Obviously, what we want to know is how far will it go if I do unleash it. So we might as well do one of those as well. Ramp it up a tiny bit, swing it a bit faster, see how far it goes out the back. Obviously, this hole isn't designed for that. Well, it's definitely high and it's definitely long. Coming down at the 220 mark, ball speed at 152, club head speed in the 110 mark. Pretty old, not much tech. I think it looks quite classy and unique. I think it should go in the bag, or at least stay there till we find a better replacement. But please let me know down in the comments below. Obviously it can come out at a later date. But hopefully you get my understanding between a hybrid and what a hybrid should be for. It's not about maximum distance. That's why you've got 5 woods. That's why you've got a driver. That's why you've got driving irons, etc, etc. Hybrid should not only be for those conditions when you're in the middle of fairway, but also to get out of the thick stuff. Get that ball high launching and then hopefully stopping relatively quick as well. Anyway, please do leave me some suggestions down below for irons. Anything you see, let me know as well. I want to get this challenge moving. I hopefully want to complete it at least by the end of next month, so we have the bag, we can play with it, and then we can give it away to one of you guys. And then any more suggestions, wedges, putters, etc., again, leave it down in the comments below, because I look at all of them. Guys, thank you ever so much for watching. Please leave this video a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you are new. Catch you guys later.